everyone. We are here. So good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let me get my Facebook started. Hey, how are you? Who is that? ZYN. What's your name? So I don't call you ZYN. Okay, going live on Facebook too. Welcome. How are you? All right, cool. So here's what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about, and tell me if you can feel me on this. You know how every time you're following different people, hey, Sonia, Michelle, how are you? 67. I wonder if that's what that 67 stand for, but how are you? So tell me if you're feeling me on this. Have you ever, listen, if you have a coach maybe, or say maybe you're just watching online and different things like that, right? Tell me if you're feeling me on this. So you're watching your coach and, they're coaching you. So definitely they're going to share with you the type of software programs that they're using to run their business, right? And then in some cases, you're just going to see it just, because of their promotions and things like that, right? And so then your mindset is like, okay, I got to get in that system. I need to use that, right? If they're using it in their business to be successful, I need to use it in mine, right? Or you're on Facebook, Instagram, whatever your pleasure is. You're on social media, and you know how they have those sponsored ads, and they'll say, hey, here's this new program that'll get you this, or that, right? It'll help you get clients. It'll save you time, whatever the thing is, but it tells you, you need to be in this particular system. And so what do? You go sign up for the trial. If you're feeling me, give me some hearts on that, right? Have you experienced that? I have. Quite often. And so here's what I'm going to tell you. Now, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll sign up for the trial, but, once I see what it is, or I say, okay, you know what, I don't really need that, but I have signed up for a lot that I probably shouldn't have. So I'm going to give you a couple examples here really, really quick, and then I'm going to dive into the 7 systems that you need to run your business. You can start with these bare 7, and it's less than $100. Okay, we're all about budgeting and saving some money over here. More money you save in your business, the more money you can bank in your pocket and pay yourself, right? Take home to your family so that you guys can enjoy it, do the things you want to do, vacation more, and the more profits you can bank in your business. So here's one. Has anybody heard of Infusionsoft? If you have, give me some hearts or say yes. If you've heard of Infusionsoft, you can put it in Infusionsoft. You can put yes in the comments or give me some hearts. Infusionsoft. It's a CRM and a shopping cart mixed in together. Yes, okay, it's costly. You got that right. The setup fee alone, and don't quote me on the numbers, but setup is I think it's at least a couple $1,000s to get it set up, right? That's like the onboarding piece, getting the system set up, that type of thing. And then I think it's close to $300, if not more, a month. When I did it, that's how it was. I think I had to pay like $2,000, $2,500 to get into the system, and I still had to set it up myself. And then I think it was like, God, it was like $259, $289, something like that a month. Never used the system to its full capabilities. That was like a waste of money, and I did that twice. I left it and came back, and then light bulb moment came and said, okay, Felicia, what are you doing? You're spending all this money on this system that you really don't even need yet, right? So that was one of the things I did. Here's another thing. I talked to a client this morning, and so they're debating whether to go into, and we're talking CRMs here, so they're debating whether to go into MailChimp or ConvertKit or Active Campaign. These are all CRMs, okay? And so I said, okay, you know what? We keep going through this every couple months. You're like wanting to change systems. One, only because you know how to do it yourself. And two, I said, every time you do this, it's wasting your time. Which one do you use? Okay, I'm going to share that with you in a minute. When I give you the list, I'm going to tell you which one I use. And so, so her thing was, should I use MailChimp? Or should I use ConvertKit? Or should I use Active Campaign? All of them are good systems. So, but this is what I told her. That's okay. We keep going through the same thing every couple months. We're finna put an end to this today. All right, today. So I said, let me ask you a question. I said, where do you want, or where do you see your business being in the next 18 to 24 months? Let's talk about that. Where do you see your business being? And what I'm saying is, How many people do you want on your email list in the next 18 to 24 months? What type of services and products do you plan to be offering? Because again, that determines, right, what type of back end support you need. So here's what she said. She said, okay, you know, in the next 18, 24 months, I'd like to have 20,000 people on my list. All right, keep that in mind, 20,000 people. And she has a shop where she sells a bunch of different like products, okay, a lot of products. So let's break this down. I said, okay, cool. So let's break this down. I said, so you already know with MailChimp, every time somebody buys another product, they get put on a separate list, and MailChimp counts them for every time they're on a list. So they don't count them as one person because they have the same email. They count them as 3 different people, or however many different lists or products they buy from you. They count them each time. So that means that one person could have brought 10 different products. Well, guess what? They're going to count as 10. So with that being said, then what happens is, as your list grows, it's going to cost you more to be in MailChimp. Yeah, right now it's free. And, you know, if you can't afford anything else, then, you know, go with free until you can do better. You heard about that? Yes, exactly. And so, you know, you think about a list of 20,000 people, you're going to be paying, I think, I can't remember the price on MailChimp, but, you know, maybe couple $100, I don't know. But it was more than the other two. Okay, I said, okay, cool. So we know MailChimp is out the game. You're not going to use MailChimp. So let's look at this ConvertKit and ActiveCampaign. So what's the difference now? Well, they're pretty much the same. They can kind of do the same thing. ActiveCampaign is more like Infusionsoft. Okay, so I said, okay, cool. So we know this. So we know if you go into ActiveCampaign that you need to set up some stuff, because in order to use it to its full capabilities, then you have to set up those sales funnels. You can't set up part of it and get the results that you want. You have to already know what your sales funnel is going to be for every little thing that you're going to do. You have to build it out completely to get the full effect. And so if you're not ready to do that and you don't know what those things are, then, and ActiveCampaign is more technical, if you will. So if you're not the techie person, which she is, so that's not a problem. However, most people aren't. So let's look at that. So then that means even though you know how to do it, it's going to take you more time to set up ActiveCampaign. All right, so I said, so sounds like a no-brainer to me, right? Go with ConvertKit, right? You can set up a funnel in ConvertKit if you already have, you know, and here's the thing I like about ConvertKit, because I use ConvertKit, okay, is that I can go set up the form for people to opt in. I can maybe set up your, you know, that first email that you'll get, and then as long as I stay in front of my funnel, I can create the emails as I go. Right? Now, after you do it one time, then you can kind of copy and paste, but you know how we are, right? We do build it as we go. So she decided to go with ActiveCampaign. So here again, you know, you hear about all these different things, and so you're switching. Oh, I got to, you know, get into this program. Oh, I got to use this one. Oh, well, wait a minute. Let me check up on this one. Do you know how much time you spend wasting switching from program to program all the time? I say you pick one and stay with it for at least a year. And then, you know, unless something drastic happened, of course, but, you know, you try to stay with it a year. And what I like to do personally is around the holidays, things are a little bit slower. It's when I'll look at my systems and see, you know, what do I need to move? What do I need to change? Because, you know, I have more time to do that. So that's just that piece. So I just wanted to share those couple stories with you, just so that you can feel what I'm saying, the time I've wasted. Yes, you feeling me? Cool. So here's what I want to share with you. Here's some systems that you do need. Okay. One, you need a CRM. So we've already explained that. We talked about Infusionsoft. We talked about MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, and there's others. You got Aweber. You got One Shopping Cart. Pick your pleasure, right? But don't think that you have to go at it at the high end if you can't afford it, if you're just starting out in business, right? And if you're tracking your money, it'll tell you what you can afford. You don't have to guess. It'll tell you. All right. So get into a CRM. So, and here's the cost. You can go for free. Like MailChimp has a free, you know, one where you can opt in for free, but you don't get the full capabilities of the paid version either. So keep that in mind. Like if you want to automate emails and things like that. So what do you want to do? How are you going to use it? That type of thing, right? I use ConvertKit. So I said, okay, CRM $30 because I use ConvertKit. ConvertKit is $29. I'm rounding numbers here for you guys because we're going to calculate this at the end, right? So pick your CRM. You can either go free or you can say up to $30, right? Or something like that, just depending on what you select. Aweber, last time I checked, was $19. Active campaign, I think it's maybe $10, $9.90, so $10. But remember, if you're not, that techie, you might not want to go there. Okay, the next thing you need, and this one is optional, but I know you guys feel you have to have it, and I have it, which is a website. But don't let that stop you from making money, okay? So just make a mental note. If your website is not up, that does not mean you can't go sell today, all right? Just get it up when you can. So website, we're looking at, once you get your website, you need someone to host the website, right? You got Bluehost, Namecheap, GoDaddy. I mean, there's plenty of them out there. Go find one, right? And you need to get a domain name to go with it. So what are you paying for? Usually your domain name, you pay that annually, and I think I'm paying maybe anywhere from $10 to $15 a year for my domain, each individual domain. And then my website hosting, I use Squarespace because my girl hooked me up. She's over on Facebook Live. Latricia does my Squarespace for me. So thank you, Jesus, for her. And so for me, on a monthly basis, website-wise and hosting, I'm spending $12 a month. All right, because I like to give it a whirl before I pay for the whole annual thing. That's just me. All right, so we got $30 CRM, website hosting, $12. Next, how are you going to accept your payments? Got to get the money. And if you're online and you're watching me, because we're online here, whether it's Facebook Live or you're watching me over here on Periscope, which means you probably have some shape, form, or fashion where your business is online. So that means you need to be able to accept money in other forms besides just cash, because cash is type the in-person thing, right? So you need to be able to accept credit card payments because that's how it works online, right? So, you look at your coach. Here again, they probably have a merchant account, and that's a monthly fee, for one. Not to mention, you still have to usually pay every time a transaction goes through, right? Payment processing fee. The kind, when they go to the store, they usually take care of that. But if you remember, when gas went up for the first time, right? They started saying if you pay cash, it's one price. If you pay with a credit card, it's a different price. Why? Because now they said they were going to make you pay for that processing fee. So that's why gas was more for you. All right, so back to this. Your processing of payments. So PayPal is free until you use it. So there's no monthly processing. Well, not processing, but there's no monthly set fee for it. Let me say that. For the basic one, you can just get it, and then when you use it, meaning you receive a payment from a customer, they usually take, and don't quote me on it, but I think it's less than 3%, I believe, but you can always go check. But here's the thing, you only have to pay kind of like when you use it. So you only pay when you're using, making money. So that's cool. So jot that one down. Don't think you have to get a payment processor. And a lot of coaches will say, and I know when I first started, the coach would always say, you want to have a merchant account because, it's like the thing and people will take you more seriously. No, what I found is people like PayPal because they're used to it, right? They already don't know you, but they do know PayPal. And so they're more comfortable with purchasing and buying from you via PayPal. That's just my experience, all right? So there you have no monthly payment, right? So we're still at CRM, $30, website hosting, $12. So again, CRM anywhere from free to $30, you decide. The next thing is scheduling. Now, depending on what your business is, so if you're a coach, you probably need a scheduling system. If you're doing any type of project-based stuff, you might want a scheduling system because it will save you time. That's just the reality. And especially of going back and forth with people because PayPal is on their side. If they, she said over here on Periscope, she said because PayPal is on their side if they want a refund. Yeah, but you know what? You don't usually experience that too often. So, it's still, it's worth going to PayPal. That's just my personal experiences, okay? So you need a scheduling system. And you can get into a scheduling system. Most of them have a free trial period, so you can go try them out. A couple of the top ones is, and let me ask you this, who's in a scheduling system? Because we got a few people here. Anybody in a scheduling system where you have people click a link to schedule a call with you? Because here's the thing, what I've been doing, I'm gonna wait and see if you guys are in a scheduling system, is a lot of times I find myself having to go back and forth with people on Facebook messaging or via email, trying to come up with a time that works for both of us. So, and I still do that only because, okay, you know, whatever. I like to do touch people personally a lot of times. So I'll still like message them and say, hey, you know, I have these days available. What's a good time for you? Or what's your schedule look like over the next couple of weeks? That type of thing. And then if it kind of goes back and forth, then I'm like, you know what? How about you just go into my scheduling system and pick a time that works best for you and your schedule? But a lot of times initially, I'll still do the personal touch because that's just how I like to do it. All right, so anybody in a scheduling system? Okay, well, cool. So, and if you're feeling what I'm saying, give me some hearts. Tell me you're feeling what I'm saying, because I want to make sure I'm on track here with you guys, and you need this. Okay, Calendly. I am using Calendly right now over on Periscope. She shared that. Cool, thank you, I appreciate that. All right, so I'm using Calendly, and it's $10 a month. They have a free trial as well, so you can check that out. See how it works for you. Acuity scheduling is another one. They have a free trial. I think it's, yeah, free trial. And I think it's like $19 a month. I can't remember. But with Acuity scheduling, you can attach your payment processing piece to that, so people can like schedule a call with you and make a payment if that's how you do things. But the only thing with that, if you're not going to use it, then why pay the extra money, right? We're talking about staying under $100 here. All right, so Calendly is what I use, $10. All right, and then another one is social media scheduling. So here's the thing, you know how a lot of you guys, again, you watch other people, you see they're on every platform there is, and you're like, oh my gosh, how are they doing this? How are they managing this? Well, here's the thing. One, they're not doing it all manually. If it's like a coach or someone that's been around for some years, they have team, so they're not doing it anyway. Like one coach I was talking to, she was like, the only thing she do is her Facebook group. That's it. She's on all the platforms, but the only one she does is Facebook group, and her team does the rest of them. So get that out your head right now, that you need to be on every platform. We could go into that and just say, you know, I always tell people when they're starting out, pick one, master that, and then move on to another one, right? Or as you add team, then have them help you do the other ones. But start with the one that you enjoy most, because you're going to do it, and go from there. But here's the thing. If you need to spread out, and you are on multiple sites like Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, of course, those of you on Facebook are on Facebook, that type of thing, you can get a social media scheduling software or program. And you have Hootsuite, which they've just raised their prices. They used to be $5.99. I think now it's $14.99 for the basic model or package. So you have Hootsuite, you have Buffer, which is $10 a month. And let's see, Hootsuite, Buffer, those are the two, I think that's probably the lower cost. And then you have, I think it's called Postcron, C-R-O-N, I can't remember, and they're like $14.99 a month. You have Co-Scheduling or Co-Scheduler. You have Meet Egger, which is like almost $50 a month. So if you're budgeting and just starting out, don't even go there, because and you don't have to have it yet anyway. You know, you can use something like Buffer or Hootsuite to get going for your scheduling. Okay, so let's just say Buffer, $10 a month. All right, the next thing you need is a business email, which is really, really easy to have these days, because back in the day we paid a whole lot more for it. I'm just saying. But thank Google. So if you have a Google, a Gmail account, the free Gmail account, they also have the business package that you can get. And with that, you get a whole bunch of stuff. You know, if you only need one email, it's only $5 a month, right? So write that down. Get you a business email, which means instead of saying Felicia Streeter at Gmail, right? I can use my Felicia at FeliciaStreeter.com. That's what you guys see. So if I ever email you from that particular email, that's what you see, Felicia at FeliciaStreeter.com, not the Gmail account, okay? So get you in there, all right? And then the last one, this is number 7, and then we're going to recap, is your accounting system. If you're in an accounting system, let me know. If you're in an accounting system, let me know. If you're doing your bookkeeping on a monthly basis or every other month or sometime or another, let me know. All right. And a lot of times, and I don't know why coaches don't tell you this in the beginning about accounting systems, that you need to get in one. You know, they tell you about all these other systems of how to make money. But what about managing your money and keeping your money? That's just as important, right? Because if you go make all this money, you want to keep some of it, I would think. Matter of fact, I want to keep more than I spend, quite frankly. That's how I'm rolling. All right. So you need to be in an accounting system. So let's talk about this. So there's, several accounting systems that you can use. And I never tell anybody to use an Excel spreadsheet because it takes too much time. And you're already working in your business, doing everything. Why waste all this time? And getting into an accounting system will save you time. And it does not cost as much as you think it do. All right. So here we go. Accounting systems. Free. You have Wave Accounting. It's free. If you're just getting started, it'll probably do what you need it to do, especially if you're an online business. Now, if you're, in construction or something like that, you can X that. It's not going to do half of what you need it to do. But for you online peeps, coaches, things like that, yeah, it'll probably work for you starting out. So you could always go with Wave. Again, it's free. You also have, so I said Wave, you have FreshBooks, which is another online accounting system. And I don't know what the cost is of that one. You also have Xerox, which I don't use that one, but for me, they're all the same. I can pimp any of them because I know how to do accounting. And then you have QuickBooks, which is my weapon of choice. I love QuickBooks. So if you remember at the beginning, if you didn't catch me at the beginning, go back and check out those 2 stories that I shared. Hello, Rebecca. You got that right. She said, girl, yes, wealth is different than income. You got that right. Totally different. All right. So if you didn't catch the 2 stories I shared at the beginning, you can go back and watch those. But here's the thing. Let's talk about the accounting system now. When I shared with with the client, where do you want to be 18 to 24 months from now? Think about that with your accounting system too. This is your money. This is the bloodline of your business. And this money that you're making allow you to live the life you crave and have the business you desire. So you want to take care of that money flow, right? So think about this. Where do you want your business to be 18 to 24 months from now? And ask yourself, will Wave Accounting do it for you? Now, if you can't afford to get an accounting system, you can't afford it. Okay, go with free. But if you can, they're all, reasonably priced the same. However, the capabilities of some are a little bit different. As far as things that you can do, like if you want to track inventory, if you're doing a shop and you have a lot of different products that you're creating, you may want to track inventory. So, think about your accounting system when you do that. If you need to do job costing, meaning, you need to track how much money you're spending or out of your pocket into a job versus how much you're making in, that type of thing. Maybe you need to track that cost to in turn charge it to somebody else. Think about that. Will your accounting system handle all that for you? All right. Because I had a client that they do that, and what happens is, she didn't post it right, so I had to go fix it, and the version she has won't do it for her. So now she has to do 2 steps instead of 1. So, and she has to remember to do that, or else she's going to be out of money because she's not posting it correctly. Okay, so where do you want to be 18 to 24 months in your business? Will your accounting system support that? All right, so let's recap. What do you need? And we're gonna go over the numbers again, and I'm gonna tell you what the total is, and it's less than $100. All right, here we go. 1, you need a CRM, $30 or less. Remember, I said I'm in ConvertKit, and ConvertKit is $29, or you can go with MailChimp, it's free. But either way, you can put down either CRM, you can put $30 or put free, anywhere in between. Website hosting, $12. Just depending on who you go with, but it's roundabout, not that expensive. Accepting payments. Remember, you're only paying that when you make money. So until you make money, that's free. No charge there. Scheduling, $10. Just depending on what you select, but you know, around $10 would be ideal. Social media scheduler. You could say anywhere from $10 to $15, just depending on where you're going to go with that. I picked 10. Your business email. Remember, I said I have the Gmail account, $5. And then the accounting system, just depending on where you go. Say if you pick QuickBooks, it would be anywhere from $10 to $28. And I can say for most of you guys here with me live, it would probably be $10 for you. All right, $10 to $15 is what it would cost you. So I put down $10. So totaling that up, I came up with $87. So if you're spending a lot of money in your business, and especially if you're not making money, I say you go back and evaluate what you're using and see how it fits into your budget. All right, because you know you need to run lean and mean, so you can bank more money and pay yourself more money. All right, so I want you to think about that. Think about where you're at, where you want to take your business, where do you want it to be in the next 18 to 24 months. Quit looking at what everybody else is doing, what program they're in, because they're going to rave about whatever program they're in. Does not mean you need to change. All right, do what works for you and your business, the vision of where you're going to take your business and your budget, so that you can manage your cost and actually get the support that you need in the areas that you need it. All right, so if you have any questions on that, what we just covered, feel free to ask. I am here for you. All right, any questions? And while we're waiting for those to come through, because they always take a moment, it's like a lag, I want to share with you guys about my bookkeeping master class. And I know you've heard me talking about the, good question. I'm getting ready to share with you a little bit about what I have going on over here on Periscope. Sonia, she asked me, what is your business? So what I do is I provide bookkeeping services and training. I help you keep more of the money you make, have larger payouts to yourself, meaning you get a paycheck twice a month, as well as bank more profits. That's how I roll. That's how I do with my clients. So I'm not your average bookkeeper. I also help you with, you know, growth strategies for your business. So if you've heard of the Academy of Bookkeeping, I've been talking about it. The Academy is coming. My son run around. The Academy is coming. I'm like, what I say? He's like, the Academy is coming. The Academy is coming. So the Academy fall semester has opened up, and this semester is the Bookkeeping Masterclass, and it's basically bookkeeping one-on-one for online entrepreneurs. What are we covering? You're going to get your questions answered. You know, I have this all the time where people are like, I thought that was a question. You know, you have questions around your bookkeeping. You know, you don't know how to post a particular transaction. You don't know what to do, or how to take money out to pay yourself. That's a big one. And when you're putting money into the business, how to post that. That's another big one. All right, so we talk about that. Or what about when you have to refund somebody? How do you post that? That type of stuff. You get those types of questions answered. And no more research, no more Google, because I'm going to tell you all that you need to know and show you how to do it. So I'm not only going to tell you, but I'm going to show you, and you're going to actually do it. How about that? You're going to do the work. And, oh, Lord, my Facebook Live went out. Coming back. Okay, so and the other thing is, a lot of times I have people say, oh my God, the paperwork. So paperwork will no longer be an issue for you. All right, let me go back live on Facebook. So if you guys hold tight, you got any questions for me? Bookkeeping, what we covered so far on the basic systems that you need in your business. And my camera turned around on me. I don't know why I did that. All right, guys, we are back live on Facebook. Sorry about that. So hopefully they come join us, or they'll have to catch that second replay. All right, so it's all about no more, I'm missing out on my sister-in-law. No more paperwork, right? Saying, oh my gosh, all this paperwork, I don't know what to do with it. So we got you. You don't need to be good at math. Not required. This is the beauty of being inside an accounting system. It does the calculations and all the hard, heavy lifting for you. Plus, you're going to develop a rhythm, a routine of how you're going to manage your bookkeeping from the beginning. So when you start making more money in your business, it's not like, oh my God, what to do? You know what I'm talking about? Like the house is on fire and you need to figure it out right now. You already know. And you're going to stay connected to your finances, which is really, really important. And so that's what the Bookkeeping Masterclass is all about. It's about you taking control of your finances, keeping more of the money you make, paying yourself consistently, not here and there or just taking out money to pay bills. No, I'm talking about banking money in your pocket. All right. And then banking profits as well as the process will be simpler for you and more efficient, which means what? It's going to save you time and save you money. All right. So that's what we're covering. You want to know what we're covering? Give me some hearts if you want to know what we're covering, or over there on Facebook Live. Let me know if you want to know what we're covering. Is it something you need to know? I can share that with you guys really quickly. Do you want to know? Huh? All right, so here's what we're covering. Setting up the foundation, and here's the thing. I know you're in a bookkeeping system. If you are already, thank you for the hearts. Appreciate that. So if you're in a system already, you probably say, oh, I set it up. Nope. Every time I go into a client's books, it's never set up completely, which means they're not running efficiently and the process is not simpler. We're talking about automating things, memorize transactions. Why keep putting in the same stuff over and over that's repeatable? That's crazy. All right, so we're going to set all that up. We're talking about setting the foundation. Then we're going to set up your system on the back end as far as your categories, chart of accounts, things like that. Why? Because you want to make sure you're maximizing all of your tax deductions, and that's where the categories come in. All right. And we're going to also look at setting up your vendors, your customers, your invoicing. How often do you want to pay people, right? How often will you invoice? That type of stuff. How long do they have to pay you? Set all that stuff up so that you don't have to think about it every time, you have to do a transaction. And then you're going to track your money flow. We're talking about tracking your money in and the money out, because that's important. That's where you start banking more money. All right. And then we're going to also go over some of the commonly faced transactions that people don't know how to post, or they post them incorrectly. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you how to reconcile your accounts, which is really important. Because here's the thing. If you're doing it yourself and you're not in an accounting system and you're not like getting a quarterly review or something, then, who's doing a second set of eyes on it or a check to make sure you're posting everything correctly? You don't have that. So at least in an accounting system, when you reconcile, because it has to balance to reconcile, you can kind of pick up on some of those errors you may have typed in. All right, so reconciling is really, really important. Balances and checks. And then the financial reports, which financial reports you need to run, how to run them, and how to read them. Because the story of your business is in those financial reports. So I'm going to show you how to actually read them, analyze them, how to make decisions based on that information, all of that great stuff, as well as running your accounts receivable and accounts payable reports. Why? Because I can't tell you how many people leave money on the table because they have people owing them money and they forget to reach out to them and ask. Well, when you do your accounts receivable report, it'll tell you who you need to reach and when. And you're going to create your money plan. All right. Give you a little bit about making some money. We're going to create your money plan. What do you plan to do in your business to make money? All right. Because it goes into your accounting system as far as, projections and what you plan to do over the next 18 to 24 months. So we're going to create that, as well as your bookkeeping routine. When you leave the masterclass, you will be able to continue on your own. Because during the masterclass, you're going to post a couple months of your bookkeeping, and you'll have me there to answer your questions and support you along the way, as well as the community. All right. So are you wondering how much is the masterclass, bookkeeping masterclass? And just so you know, it's 8 weeks. Yep. 8 weeks. Probably no more than 2-3 hours of your time a week, but you're going to learn how to actually post your books, your accounting transactions yourself, and actually do the work. So I'm going to walk you through everything that I do in my own bookkeeping for my company, as well as with my clients. So you'll be self-sufficient when you leave. All right. So get this. So this week, for the first 15 people, it is $97. We're talking an 8-week program to learn how to manage your own finances in your business, do the actual bookkeeping. $97. And this is really, really great for those of you that are not ready to outsource it yet. You want to kind of keep your hand on it for a little bit, or you just can't afford to outsource it yet. Well, definitely, I'm sure you can, invest $97, right, to track your money, learn how to pay yourself, and bank more profits. So, ideally, in an 8-week time, 90 days or so, I don't know how much you're making in your business, but you should see that return on investment either in paying yourself or in banking profits. How cool is that? And then after that, it's just rinse and repeat. All right, so 15 people this week, $97. It starts October 24th. So here's the thing. Every week, the price will increase by $100. All right, Rebecca, cool. I'm going to give you a link in a second. She says, I'm in. So every week, it increases by $100. So that means next week, 15 people can get in at $197. It's going to go all the way up to $497. So if you're thinking about it, right, it's speaking to you, take action now at $97 versus $497. But just to tell you, it's totally worth the full investment of $497. All right, I would not tell you wrong. But if you want it now, here's the link. I'm going to give it to you. This week, first 15 people, $97. The link is bit.ly. You know what that is, bit.ly, right? Bookkeeping 97. All right? Bit.ly, bit.ly/bookkeeping 97. That is the link to get you in at $97. All right, as we're wrapping up, anybody have any questions for me? Any questions about what we covered today? Any questions about the program, the masterclass? Any questions? And just so you know, if you're not with me yet over in my Facebook group, Game Changers Mastermind, you can come over there and join us as well. After party always happens over there. And if you have any questions after this live stream, or you go back and watch and you're like, you know what, I need to ask her about that, then come over to the group and ask me. And if you can't get in the group because it's for girls only, then personal message me on Facebook, guys, and I'll answer your questions that way. All right? All right. Any questions? Any questions? And here's the thing. Share this with somebody. I'm sure you know other people in your circle, or maybe you have a program, you have people that they need to learn about their bookkeeping as well. You've been telling your clients that. Then share this link with them. I'm sure they'll thank you for it. And I'll definitely thank you for it too. So, if that's the case, tell them that, you sent me over. Tell them to let me know, because I like to reward people that send people over. Okay, so here's the link. Rebecca, you're going to type it in for me? Okay, it's bit.ly. So it's bit.ly/bookkeeping 97. So my girl's going to hook me up over there on Facebook. She's going to type it in for me. So it's bit.ly/bookkeeping 97. All right. Any questions? I got some over here, so I've answered those on Facebook. Any questions over here on Periscope? Any questions? No questions? All righty. I don't think I can. Nope. Sure can. All right, well, that's it for today. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me personally. I'm here to support you guys, and make sure you are. That is it, Rebecca. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. She's going to be my star pupil. I'm going to have to give her some extra attention for that. How about that? You know what, Rebecca? I am. When you sign up for the program, I got you. You remind me when you sign up, I'll review your books for you. So what we cover in the program, after you do your input and things like that, I'm going to personally review your books and make sure they're tight. Personally. All right? I got you. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you for joining me and hanging out. She's laughing. It's been a long call, but I appreciate you hanging to the end. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.